Hey guys, it's Oberstadt. I started off recording one video and ended up doing it a lot longer than I had anticipated, so I'm just recording this as like an intro for the other part because I'm going to split the last video I recorded into two. I'm looking for powders that don't give me a flashback. I have a 20-year high school reunion coming up in about 10 days, so I pulled out every powder in my collection. I have the Coty Airspun in Translucent Extra Coverage, Maybelline Fit Me in 05 Fair, Maybelline Master Fix, the Tarte Smooth Operator Amazonian Clay Finishing Powder, and the Ciate Extraordinary Translucent Powder. I did swatches on my arm and my forehead and did flash tests. I will be including pictures in this as well. So if you hear me talk about certain things, I'm going to be cutting it a little bit differently and splicing it so that it's two separate videos. So if you see a couple of parts from another video that you've already watched, that's why. So hopefully this is helpful to somebody. I'm trying to find powders that do not cause flashback because as of right now, some of the combinations that I've been using has been causing flashback. I'm currently wearing Maybelline Fit Me and Coty on my face, one on one side, one on the other side, testing out a theory to see which one causes flashback. So with all that being said, hopefully you guys enjoy. I will be demonstrating and applying all 5 of these powders to my skin. I use my bare arm and my forehead, and so hopefully this is helpful to somebody that's also looking to see if certain powders do cause flashback. And so I will be also testing out my theory with different concealers as well, but I will be recording that at another date. So hopefully you guys enjoy. I'm seeing flash from out there. I did a front facing and then I did one for either side. So is there flashback on them? Looks like it. I only have 2 other pressed powders and both of them I know for a fact give me flashback. So, oh, I've got 3 more. I do know that they all give me flashback. So I'm gonna do a test really quick. That doesn't fall over. That might not be a good idea setting it up there. Let me just move that. Had an eyeshadow palette underneath of it and it was going not very comforting. Okay, so Maybelline Fit Me. I'm gonna work it really good into my arm. I'm gonna wipe my finger off on the makeup cloth, Coty Airspun. So I just went up a little bit further, and I'm doing a pretty good swath on my arm. All right, then we have Tarte Smooth Operator. I know this one has like horrible flashback. This one has silica, talc, dimethicone, kaolin clay, and 2 other things I can't read. It's like all stuck up on the area where the, and this is like a super, super soft powder. It almost feels like silicone. Finally got some powder on my arm. It's all stuck in like the little ridges of the lid. It's a pain in the butt trying to get it out. Maybelline Master Fix. This one I know has horrible flashback as well. This one has talc, silica, and dimethicone in it. That's it. And it has a very slippy feel to it, very soft, very slippery. And then the last one that I have is from Ciate London. This is the Extraordinary Translucent Powder, and it's a itty bitty sample. So I'm gonna put this up here on my arm and just kind of do that to get powder on it. And I'm gonna run it along the edge of my arm. Oh, that one shows up white on my arm. Can you see it? All right. So I've got 5 different powders on my arm. I think 5, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That. I did look at Ulta last night to see if they had any on sale, and they did have the Cover FX one on sale for like half. So I was bad, and I spent the last of my money. I only had $30 left in my name. I went ahead and bought one. It was like 17 bucks. I'm gonna take just a powder brush that's brand new, fresh, clean, and just, and now we're gonna do a flash test. You're smelling conspiracy. All right, new test. I'm gonna leave that off. I'm gonna leave this open. Ciate powder. I'm gonna do a strip on my forehead. Maybelline Master Fix. I'm looking in the mirror so I can see where I put the other one. Tarte. This is the Maybelline Fit Me. And then Coty Airspun. I might just separate this into 2 different videos since I'm dragging this out. Now, before I do anything else with them, powder on everything, I'm gonna take a picture of my forehead. I will have to put the pictures on the screen so you can see 1, 2, 3, and 4 of the powders. The only one you can't see is the Coty. So I'm gonna take my Stands Out sponge and use a side that I don't usually use, and I'm just gonna press over them. And let's redo the picture. Sometimes this is the only way you'll know. Okay, in these, after pressing over it, you can still see this one and a little bit of this one here. But the Fit Me and the Coty Airspun look fine. Now I can see the powder on my skin in the mirror. Taking that brush. I've got hair that's misbehaving. Let's try this one more time. Okay, you can still see the ones here, which was the Ciate and the Tarte, but now it looks like the Maybelline Fit Me or the Maybelline Master Fix here is blending in a little bit better, and then the other 2 are completely like you can't even see them on the skin anymore. So, one more test. Now this is a glowy spray. This is the, tastes awful, the Pixie Glow Mist. Usually I press over it with the Stands Out Beauty Sponge, but I'm not going to do that just yet. And because I sprayed my entire face, I'm going to do the rest of my face as well. And this also gives you a lesson in how I take my pictures. Sometimes I use the big camera, sometimes I use this one. It still looks, on the Maybelline Fit Me side, I mean, it still looks pretty blown out. So, but on the Coty Airspun side, it's not quite as bad. They're both bad. It could also be the concealer. But looking at my forehead, there is still flashback on these two here, like from here over, but the rest of my forehead looks fine now. So I think I'm going to have to test this theory out a little bit more. I might, let me flip the light back on. It might just be the Tarte Shape Tape. I mean, the powders on them on their own don't seem to be causing any like issues with flashback, like on my arm. But on my forehead, even though only thing that was up there was like highlight, it seemed to have picked up the Tarte and the Ciate one, and until I got it wet and sprayed it, the Maybelline Master Fix. So basically any of the powders that I put from here over on my forehead did have flashback. Maybe it's just my concealer. I don't really wear foundation. I have foundation. I have a Tarte foundation, but I don't really wear it, so I might have to test out a theory and do my corrector and concealer, or do my corrector, do foundation, and then do concealer over it, and see if it's that. I might have to do swatches on my arm of like the concealer and see what concealers I have. Like right now in my Shop My Stash, I have the Makeup Revolution one that's almost like completely empty. I even took the stopper out so I could get product out of it. So I'm gonna have to test this theory again, and of course, like I said, I have the Cover FX powder coming in. I ordered it last night, so I have an Ulta order that was supposed to be here today, and it didn't arrive, and that had a new product in it as well for me. Actually, it's a product that I already have, it's just a different shade. So I will be splitting this into 2 videos. I will do like the flash tests and the powder like swatches and stuff like that as one video, and then the application process for my under eye and all that kind of stuff as another one. So hopefully that is helpful to somebody if you're pale like I am, if you're looking for powders that don't have flashback. Like I said, I have a 20-year high school reunion coming up, and so I know there's going to be photos taken. It will be at night, both nights, the football game and the actual reunion itself, so I don't want flashback. I don't want issues with flashback. So hopefully this is helpful to somebody. I know it's been kind of eye-opening for me. It could just be the fact that I know that concealer and corrector darkens as it dries, and it's still kind of like wet feeling on my skin even with powder over it, so it's not quite dry all the way yet, and as it settles into my skin, it does look like my skin afterwards. I know that I try not to use concealer that's too bright, which is why I didn't use the fair shade all over and then just put the light sand in. Light sand is the color of my skin when it goes on. It does dry a little darker, which is why I put the fair on top to lighten it a little bit. And my face is darker than my hands. So actually my face is darker than most of me. So as you can see, the rest of me is paler than my face. But anyways, I'm Rebecca Oberstadt. Hopefully you guys have a great day or night wherever you are, and I will see you in tomorrow's video.